Well, it's almost lunchtime. I had a couple of things to do in the house. We are, today what I'm going to do is bring all my stuff over from the other building, and it's, everything's in boxes and in totes and stuff that I haven't seen in years because of just having to store it over there. It's a long story how we ended up here and how all my stuff from my other shop ended up in a little 8x10 building. Another story, another video, another day. That was just okay. Anyway, so I'm going to just bring stuff in and shoot it down the middle. I've already made several little trips to bring some stuff over, but I'm going to just shoot it down the middle of the building here so that I can get shelves and stuff up and some wall cabinets. What I'm probably going to do is where cabinets and shelves are going to go, I'm probably going to go ahead and insulate, put some kind of board on the wall, maybe, so that I don't have to ever mess with that again. So anyway, I'm finding stuff that I had forgot I had. So, all right, we'll be back. All right, time for a break. Neighbor over there is blowing his leaves, so you might hear that a little bit. I've made a couple trips. Got a couple things. Those things are full of screws and specialty fittings and stuff like that. I got to go through all that stuff. All this stuff was packed up. I took that out of boxes. That stuff right there and that little blue thing just jumped. It was just in a box. Then I picked the box up and the bottom fell out. So that's full of stuff I haven't seen in years. A tackle box I haven't used in years. But anyway, now I'm just going to start taking the stuff down through the middle. Man, got a mess. Whoa. Got all this stuff back there and all these things here. Got 4 toolboxes just crammed full. I used to have the big roll around with the top box on it full. And now it's all in these totes, the red tote, that blue one over there, and these 4 right here. Because in that small building when we first came over here, I didn't have any room in there for all that stuff. So I had to get rid of my top box, my roll around and stuff. But anyway, we're at it now. We got to go in here and pull this big workbench out of here. That's the big workbench right there. Okay, it's been 2 hours. We went back on that little building and got the rest of the crap out of that thing and pulled it out. I'm going to just cut that thing apart. But here's that thing, 8 feet. Okay, she's in and she's level. I guess that's where I'm going to keep it. That way it's like, out of the way. Let me go in this other door. Alrighty, here we are. So we're level with this. That's a pretty good workbench. It's right at 8 feet long, almost 8 feet. So it's like 7 foot 6 inches. We got a mess in here. I got that stuff there, this tote, that tote, that tote. It's just crazy. That tote there. That box full of stuff. All this stuff was just packed away. I couldn't even get to it. And I still have 2 totes left in the other building I got to pull over here. But I'm going to start going through some of this stuff now. I hated it, man. I hated having all this stuff packed away. Alright, so let me see what we got. Got a mess going on up here. Nuts and bolts and washers and connectors and plugs and fittings and screws and nails and you name it. And so I just bought these bins one day just because I had these things packed up in little boxes just to throw them all in there and have somewhere for them to be. And then they just got stuck back in the corner in that little building and I couldn't find anything, didn't know where anything was. It was dark in there. And so it just sat in there, got filthy. Filthy like that. Morning. So look here. I got really going yesterday and having to go through all kind of stuff. I mean, look at, these are just some of what I'm dealing with. Trying to get this stuff organized. I'm just storing stuff wherever I could store it and get it out of the way and shotgun shells. So washers and there's no rhyme or reason to what I was doing. All right, let me get back to it. I'll be back. Guys, this thing's terrible. Alright, I'm going through stuff and I'm finding stuff that's just laid everywhere. Got all these separated, and in these containers what they are. Like that's 6mm screws, the socket head cap screws. All these are metric. Just got all this crap that I got to find somewhere for. It's just everywhere. Allen wrenches. And I got 2 boxes like that. Oh God. Miscellaneous screws, miscellaneous nuts, bolts, and washers. Part of a toolbox that I still got to go through, get the stuff out. There's pliers, hole punchers, leather hole punchers. Just, you name it, it's in there. There's grills and taps in that box right there, that wooden box. Both of those toolboxes are full of tools. That toolbox right there is full of tools. Candle making supplies. Screws, nails, bolts in that wooden box right here. Electrical wires and electrical conduits and stuff. Miscellaneous junk. There's some tools in there. There's tools in there. There's tools in there. There's sanders. That's full of sanders. That's full. This is full of stuff. That blue one there is full of stuff. All these are tools, stuff that I had to pack away out of my toolboxes and put in these totes so I could stack them, because I couldn't put my toolbox in that room and still have room for everything. A level, drop cords, man, it's crazy. I got to get with this thing, so we'll be back all day long out here. Well, about 5 hours, and I've got those red boxes gone through. All that stuff has been gone through and organized. So I got 4 more boxes gone through and organized, cleaned up, put where they belong, well, out of the way. And I went back there and started pulling stuff out, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy what I've got in those boxes. It's unreal. You see my chair where I was sitting down back there. So still haven't messed with that anymore. A lot of that stuff's probably gonna get chunked. But anyway, I'm going in the house and get a shower. It's New Year's Eve. All right, guys, here we are back in here another morning. It's Thursday morning now. Look, man, feels like I'm not getting anywhere. But I brought in another work table that I had in the barn. It's kind of high. I'm probably gonna cut some of the legs off of it and bring it down some. And then, sorry. But anyway, I'm fixing to, my brother gave me 3 lights, and these are really bright lights. I don't know if I'm gonna put them down through there, or what. I'm thinking I may go ahead and put them down through there. They're really bright lights. But anyway, let me go get them, bring one in and put it up, and I'll be back. Okay, I got one of the lights out of the van, and I already started cleaning it up. It takes 6 of these bulbs here, and here's one of the housings here. You can see right here how nasty it is, and I've already cleaned up this one channel here compared to those. I mean, look, so it's nasty, and it shines like a new nickel. So let me get this thing cleaned and put up, and I'll show you how bright it is. I got 4 of them. Ooh, got some light in here, y'all. Look at here. Let's see if we can share the light. Is it going to adjust for it? There you go. 6 bulbs. I got 4 of these things. The ballast was hitting, so right there I had to put a 2x4 to bring it down. The ballast was hitting that center one right there. See that center stud right there, that ballast, that ceiling joist. The ballast was hitting that. So it lights it up in here, okay? Look at this mess that's in here, man. That's crazy. I got 4 of them, so I'm gonna hang 3 down through the middle, and then I'll have one over the top of the lathe or over the top of the workbench or something. I'll have the other one somewhere. So still trying to organize stuff, still trying to get all this crap cleaned up. All right, talk to you. So I just decided to mount those up there, and I put a little board across it. They're mounted to the board, but I got the brackets under it to hold that little board shelf. And then all these little storage bins fit right up there nice and neat. And I still even have a spot for my phone. How about that? How about that? Okay, so I just used this old cheap little bench that I made to go into the other building, and it held these things like that. Plus it held these three things there on the back. So now it frees up all that space to, if I'm currently working on something, and I can put a few tools down here. I got nails and screws and bolts and stuff down there, and of course that toolbox there with some wrenches and sockets and stuff in it. And then of course still dealing with that kind of stuff down there. All that's been cleaned out and organized and is ready to go into a toolbox when I get me another roll around. I bought that little cheap rack set there for some of Amy's stuff. They're little small bins, and that's what she needs to go near her workstation. So we're good there. Still don't have anywhere to put that. Still got a bunch of stuff up here to go through. About to get it. All right, guys, we're cutting some limbs out from the top of this building, and the first one was rotted, and before we could get it under control, it fell on the edge of the building and damaged a little bit, but that's not bad. That is repairable. If they would have fallen on the building under storm conditions, it may would have poked a hole in the top. Right now it's just doing that. So right now we're fixing to cut that one off, and then we're gonna move down and cut that one off hanging over there. We'll get that dead one hanging right there out of there. And the other one up there, that's live all the way up. There's no dead on it, except for right there, there's a little piece of dead hanging from the top down there. And we'll get that off of there too. So let's go ahead and get this thing cut. Hopefully it'll swing down and won't land on the building, because it's got a point on it. We'll be back in a second. I don't want you to see this if it does damage.
Not that bad though.
Did it dent it?
No. I can't even see where it is.
All right. We don't have a gas-operated chainsaw. We do got an electric one, and it's not doing a bad job. Looks like it's snowing. Let's see how this one works. The last one, right there, that fell down and bumped the building. Hopefully this one here, it won't hit the building. I don't think it's long enough to hit the building. Oh, that's all struggling on that knot. It's doing okay. Barely bumped it because it pulled down on the thing. All right, I'll be back. My grandson over there wanted to borrow the hard hat and the vest because he's moving logs. Hope he stays off my road. All right, you coming through? You got the rope hung up in it. Oh, I took the stick off because he couldn't get to it with the stick. Sharpen this chain a little bit. Tighten it up some. That little electric thing don't do too bad. Ooh, it almost hit, didn't it? Alrighty. Alright guys, so look here. We, another day. Trying to get cleaned up around here. Here's all the stuff we cut out of the trees. And I don't need to cut that anymore. All the small dead stuff's off of it. We got the widow hanger from up there off of there. And we got the stuff hanging off of there. That little one right there is that one right there, let me point it out. That one right there's got fungus on it. But Stephen couldn't get to a position where he felt safe cutting that. So what's going to happen is the small piece is going to hang off, and then one day the little piece is going to just crumble away. It's rotting. So we're good. We got a little bit of damage. We got these oak trees, they create such a mess. And I wasn't around a lot this year to keep it raked up. That little building's finally gone. Finally gone. That's where it hit right there when that big limb fell off yesterday. Let me get out the sun so I can see. I straightened it back out, but I got to do a little repair work. It split it. But it's not past that little piece right going across there is a piece of drip edge. It goes about 4 inches in front of there, and that split's only about 2 inches long. So we're good. We're not going to get any water damage. I just don't want to keep it like that. So we got to move all that pile right there. I was going to burn it, but it's just too wet. We're going to move it over here into this area where I used to have a compost heap. There's some of my compost left right there beside that swing brace. And I'll just build it up right there, just let it rot. I'll just keep turning it over. By midsummer, it'll be dirt. And then I'll just take it and throw it in low spots in the yard. So, those are soaker hoses I had in flower beds. They'll be gone. But I got my water lines and everything over there. This is all shade. This never gets any sun in the summertime, this whole area right here. But looking up there, that's how high the yard used to be. And it came down to here and then started tapering off, and there was a garden here. But over the years, it's just washed away. Look at that. It's washed all down into the yard. So what we're going to do now is I believe I'm going to put a wall across here and then back up right through here and fill this back in. Go ahead and cover those roots back in, and that'll all be level again. And then we'll do something over here. Not sure what it is. Let me get busy. I got a couple things to do.